Pinay Inside, this week's episode brings to us another visit with the Roque family who is at the Van Nuys court this morning chanting for help. And then we have this latest clip from ABC 7 News speaking about the latest victim of Asian hate. Right on the tracks of Long Beach, finally a call to all to register to vote so that we would have one voice and have a better chance at representation. I'm your host, Thelma Sugay, here on Pinay Inside. We'll be right back with a few reminders. Watch and listen to Jules Gracer at Chatterbox with Jules Gracer, our official media representative for next year's Miss Universe 2023, to be held in Milan. We are so proud of Asian American Press Club of the USS Vice President Jules Gracer. Congratulations.
Stop Asian hate!
Stop Asian hate!
Defend migrant workers!
Defend migrant workers!
Justice for the Rockets!
Justice for the Rockets!
In this section, we invite you to a quiet meeting among the youth organizations in support of everyone who have been victimized by hate, any form of hate. And they hope to bring this campaign way past the grand period. We are in support of them. And here they are.
Some general objectives of this campaign are to really let education take a leading role in terms of spreading awareness and calling people to action, and really pushing the message that this is beyond just the family's case. Obviously, we are here first and foremost for the family, here to support you guys, but that the family is a victim of a larger system, and that larger system has holes and is flawed, and that's self-evident in the fact that their assailant, is of a marginalized community. The fact that the family too is of a marginalized community, and the fact that these communities collectively are just being neglected, being exploited by the state. And we've seen that in the family's case. We've seen that on the side of the Philippine consulate in San Francisco, the local Sacramento Police Department, and the DA's office. They're continuing to try to deter us. I mean, that's just the justice system, but they're prolonging this case, and the family showing up from SoCal, driving a long distance to come up here every 2 weeks, to this point, just for what, like a 5-minute court hearing. And so that just in and of itself shows that the state isn't here to provide justice. They're just not. And so when that's the case, that just really shows how important it is for us to organize this community, and not just us here today, but to continue to grow and continue to foster community leadership and awareness of our issues, to speak on these issues and to share spaces and to be there emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, for each other in any way we can. And so that's really just the message, the main purpose of this campaign. And so in terms of logistics, we, as a campaign committee, but of course, everyone else is welcome to chime in. One of our main objectives is to take care of a timeline, set up a timeline of events in accordance with the court dates, of course. And that timeline of events will include, as I mentioned, education. So we're planning to hold teach-ins on, for example, the history of anti-Asian violence. Other ideas that I had personally could be like history, or basically topics of discussion could be the prison industrial complex. How prison is really an industry for profit. And so really just tackling the issues that underlie this campaign from a legal, from a institutional perspective. Beyond those teach-ins and those workshops, we're also planning to hold fundraisers. Just ongoing throughout. I know we still haven't met the goal yet for the family's medical bills and other expenses. So we're trying to keep that ongoing. And me personally, I'm trying to get a lot of UC Davis students involved as a student. I feel like that's where I can contribute the most. Students are a large resource, and there's so many students at that school that, every time, I'm sure for you, Nikki, you share this sentiment, but like, I'm sure you appreciate it every time you see a new face, out here.
We're very happy and really appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. And so if I can just contribute to that and bring more attention, bring more people, bring more support, bring more ideas, that's really what I want my focus to be on. And I think I can pull from the school to do that. And again, it would be the same way. It would be by holding fundraisers. It would be by holding educational workshops and discussions. And so moving forward, that's probably going to be those are our current main focuses for the campaign in terms of events. But of course, we're open to more ideas. One thing I do want to mention is yesterday, our campaign committee actually went to table at an event here in Sacramento, in West Sacramento. Oh, Saturday, sorry. Yeah, not yesterday. But that was really nice because we got to meet a lot of local Sacramento orgs that we didn't necessarily know about beforehand. And so they're doing a lot of work. We found a couple that shared a similar lens of a similar perspective, critical perspective on the systems in place and the justice system, and like imperialism, which is a deeply rooted cause of all the issues that we see here today, especially with the family being migrants. And so I think that's a lot of opportunity for further resources that we haven't necessarily tapped into yet, whether it's legal assistance or just spreading the word more, and really becoming organized and better systematizing our campaign as a whole. I guess beyond that, I just wanted to share a brief campaign statement which will reiterate some of what I've just mentioned, but hopefully it's a lot more concise. And then I guess afterwards, I'd just like to get your guys' thoughts on it, especially the families. And so here it goes. This campaign aims to amplify the demands of the family beyond the scope of the system within which they were victimized, the same system which fails to secure the justice that they seek. Family requires the support of those in the greater Sacramento area, as well as cross-regional community members, organizations, and partners who stand alongside them during their fight for justice. Standing in solidarity, this campaign serves to not only shed light on the family's case, but to expose the shared experiences of all marginalized communities victimized by an unjust system. And so, that'll be me wrapping up with the campaign, and then I'd just like to leave space for the family and the rest of us to just have an open discussion on our thoughts about the case and any questions about the campaign that you guys might have.
We bring you in this section to where it all happened, the launch of the voters registration for the Filipino Americans here in Los Angeles. And this is all in celebration of AAPI Heritage Month, led by none other than our Democrat representative, Jessica Calosa, in support of the Filipino community, and of course in collaboration with the Filipino Workers Center here also in Los Angeles. We'll be right back after a few reminders here on Pinay Inside.
Thinking of premeditated violence, perhaps even of killing someone? Your thoughts cannot be ignored or unheard. LifeTarget.org has links to over 400 services ready to help you now. LifeTarget can help you find a proxy, someone always there to help you overcome your thoughts of violence, anger, and hate. Don't let your negative emotions take control. Your loved ones and your community need the positive side of you. You're not alone. LifeTarget has your back.
We're here at Eagle Rock Plaza. Pinay Inside brings to you the Asian American Voter Empowerment Project, where we encourage all of our kababayans to register to vote because we need representation and we need it now.
So they has to adopt
Speaking
new ways
before
of handling
you
business, and many
is
of
Marvin
them have struggled
Arinsanto
to stay afloat.
of
Despite
Asian
these
American
challenges,
Press Club of the
they have
US
persevered, and we must
and the
support them.
Chamber of Commerce.
Asian
of
American
Pasadena.
small businesses are not just businesses. They are a representation of the American dream. They are a testament of hard work and dedication of immigrants who have come to this country and to build a better life for themselves and their families. As we celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, let us remember the contributions of Asian American small businesses to our society. Let us support them by shopping at their stores, eating at their restaurants, and using their services. Together, we can help these businesses thrive and continue to contribute to the growth and prosperity of our communities. So bumoto po tayo. Maraming salamat at mabuhay ang happy AAPI Heritage Month. Thank you.
This is Nicky Ayola, he himself a victim
And now I would
of
like to welcome
hate
Jessica Calosa,
not too long
who is a
ago.
local resident here
We'll be
in
right back
here.
after a few
And
reminders
we are actually in
here
one of
on
the,
Pinay Inside. Speaking right now is Aki of the Filipino Workers Center and Jessica Calosa, one of the highest ranking Filipino Americans in the government, right-hand person of Attorney General of California, Rob Bonta. He himself a Filipino American.
Community and make sure that we make the city of LA, the state of California, and really our country a better place, and that's really by getting involved. So one of the easiest things that we can do is to register. So if you yourself are registered, that's amazing. I think the next step that I would have is to make sure your friends and your family are also registered. So please help us. Get involved, volunteer. That's what all of us are doing today. Everyone can pitch in and help. So thank you, and happy AAPI Heritage Month. So thank you, Aki.
And I'm going to bring Janice back from Lead Filipinos.
Janice is with
Hi
Lead
everyone, it's me again.
Filipino.
I just wanted to share more about LEAD and our partnership with PwC and AVEC. My name is Janice Andrade. I'm representing Leadership, Education, Activism, and Dialogue, known as LEAD Filipino, a nonprofit organization making a positive impact in our community. We've been empowering students, adults, and families in San Jose and the greater Santa Clara County since 2015. We are rooted in our mission to increase Filipino-American representation in public leadership roles and positions. We focus on grassroots campaigns and efforts based in the communities we serve. So today's event marks Lead Filipino's new contingent in LA for voter registration efforts. From curating Filipino cultural events and programs in San Jose to forming strong partnerships across California, we advance issues of civil rights, social justice, and economic empowerment for Phil-Am communities. Each year, we serve thousands of community members locally, regionally, and statewide with local coalitions like Filipino Americans Coming Together San Jose to statewide coalitions like Filipinx Igniting Engagement for Reimagining Empowerment, Fierce Coalition. Maraming salamat. We look forward to increasing the vote this summer, and look out for us. Thank you so much.
So as I said, as a part of the Asian American Voter Empowerment Project, today kicks off the day that we are starting this effort. We have volunteers that will be with clipboards in hand, getting out into the communities around Los Angeles City. We're going to be here at Eagle Rock Plaza. You'll see us at different places, at churches, maybe at anywhere where there's gatherings. We're going to be out there registering our community to vote. And today we have our very first person who registered.
She is the first person who registered here at Seafood City. Miss Soriano.
Movement by this caring Filipino patriots. I am
82 years old, first-time voter, registered voter. Is amazing.
Because of COVID, I was locked down for the first time yesterday. And now the chance came to me. I did not go and look for this chance, but it came to me automatically. And please, I am encouraging everybody to come and vote. Let's use our rights. Let's get involved. Let our voices be heard. Come and register. Thank you.
She's an amazing spokesperson. Finally, here's that clip we were talking about from ABC 7 News. And the latest unfortunate incident on the tracks of Long Beach, also an attack on another Asian. Here it is.
This 53-year-old woman says she was attacked and punched in the face on a metro train by another passenger.
I thought I was gonna die.
She did not feel comfortable sharing her name due to safety concerns. The victim says she boarded the train with her friend at the downtown Long Beach station around 5 p.m. Wednesday. The victim says this man was sitting behind them. Then two women got on the train with the dog, one with a colorful head wrap and one in a yellow shirt.
They were walking up and down the aisles with their dog, and my friend, he was afraid that one of them would fall, so he stretched out his hand and tried to help the woman in case she fell. And I told him that that did not look good. It's like, take your hand off because you're a man, she's a woman, don't do that. And all of a sudden, the man right behind me started screaming, "You Asian woman, you don't tell him, say anything to him."
The victim says they began to argue, catching the attention of the woman in the yellow shirt. The victim says that woman then jumped in using racial slurs aimed at her.
She came toward me and my friend was close by, but basically I tried to get out of her way and she started punching me and then I fell backward. And then she kept punching right here. And then I was trying to block. And luckily my friend finally blocked her.
An eyewitness on the train, Twyla Mahone, did not want to share her face on camera, but told us the victim was on the phone with police while trying to get the conductor to stop the train for 11 minutes.
It was a brutal attack. It was a very, very brutal attack that should have never happened.
According to Mahone, the train finally stopped at the Artesia station. The victim says the man who first heckled her intentionally knocked her phone out of her hand, shattering it. All suspects fled the scene before police arrived. A statement from the Long Beach Police Department said in part, "Suspect information and the motive for the battery is under investigation. At this time, there is no information to indicate this is a hate or bias-motivated incident. The investigation is ongoing."
One day, she held my hands just before she died. She said that she can see compassion or so much passion in my eyes, and she's so thankful for everything that I've been doing for her, all the services that we have done just beyond the call of duty. So she called me as her accountant with a heartbeat. So we continue the legacy from there.
To an end this week's episode of Pinay Insight. We hope you've learned something as we've learned from you. As we always say, educate, don't hate. Thanks to a grant from the California State Library in collaboration with the Burlington Community Services and Housing Development. I'm your host, Thelma, saying goodbye until we see you next week. Ciao.